Welcome to Gear Talk episode number 9. Today I'm going to talk about different things. First of all, I'm going to talk about an absolutely iconic combination of electric guitar and amplifiers. In this case, of course, it's the Les Paul Standard plugged into a Marshall amp. In this case, it's a Marshall Bluesbreaker combo, or back in the days it was just called Marshall JTM 45 combo. This combination was made famous by Eric Clapton when he played with John Mayall and the Bluesbreakers on the famous Beano album. With this guitar and this amp he created his so-called woman tone, a warm singing tone that he was known for. But there are many more players who use this combination, of course. There's Jimmy Page of Led Zeppelin, Gary Moore, who played his Les Paul that he got from Peter Green. He plugged his Les Paul into a Marshall. Paul Kossoff of Free was playing this combination, and many, many more. So it's absolutely iconic. Slash, of course, Slash played this combination as well, or still plays this combination. So it's an absolutely iconic combination of guitar and amplifiers, and that's the tone of rock and roll, I think. And also talk about Kemper amplifiers and why I don't use them. So I hope you enjoy this episode. Have fun. Thanks for watching. So now I want to show you how the guitar and the amplifier sound alone without the play along. I turned the amp up to 6, so it breaks up nicely. That's already a nice, slightly overdriven tone. On top of this, I used a treble boost. In this case, it's Twang Tone BSM Powderfinger. And let me show you what it does. The treble boosts were the first pedals to overdrive an amplifier. They were not the typical overdrives. They boosted certain frequencies, and they made the amp or the preamp work harder, and it was a very dynamic, very special sounding kind of overdrive. And all the British players from the late 60s and early 70s, like Ritchie Blackmore or Rory Gallagher, Brian May, and Clapton, and many, many more, were known for this sound. So once again, this is with the rolled down volume. And this is when the guitar is turned all the way up. So usually you adjust your treble boost and you leave it on all the time, and you use the volume knobs, the volume controls of your guitar to control the amount of overdrive. So to me it's a very musical way of changing sounds. So now a few words about vintage style amplifiers versus modern gear like profiling amplifiers like the Kemper and stuff like this. For me, it's a big inspiration to play when I have iconic amps like the Bluesbreaker or like a Vox AC30, when I can turn knobs and when I can experience the volume and when I can feel the gear that is around me. So this makes me want to play. When I have a digital unit, this inspiration does not really happen. Of course you can get great sounds of it, and you can have many different great sounds. But to me, there's also a problem in the possibility to have all the sounds you want at hand, because the guitar players I love, they are all known for a very unique tone. Like Brian May, he's known for his very special sound. He used his homemade guitar together with a Vox AC30 and a treble booster. And Jeff Beck sounded very unique, and Richie Blackmore, and they sounded so unique because they decided to play a certain guitar and a certain amplifier, and they worked with what they had. So there were limitations, and they had to work with what they had to achieve the sound that they had in their heads. And when you have a Kemper, you can have any sound you want. And maybe this can stop you from finding your own tone. So I see a kind of risk there. And to me, like, this digital thing is not really inspirational. So far I didn't buy anything like this. Of course, there are many reasons to use a Kemper amplifier. As a professional musician, traveling is much easier, and it's very easy to have to replace a broken amplifier if it's a Kemper. You can keep all your sounds on a little USB stick. So, and it works great with in-ear monitoring. This is quite common nowadays. So I understand all the guitar players that use Kemper amps, but it's not inspiring to me. Maybe you'll see me in a few years using a Kemper amplifier as well. But right now, I love to have the real thing around me and to turn the knobs and experience the volume. And I think at least once in a life, guitar player should experience what it's like to stand in front of a 100-watt Marshall full stack and feel the power of this amplifier. When you do this, you understand why the music in the 60s and the 70s sounded the way it did, and the players played the way they did, because it's a very special experience. So I recommend to you check out a really loud Marshall amplifier, turn it up and stand right in front of it, and you will see what I mean, or hear what I mean. Feel